season 4. We're at episode 20, and we are talking about gender roles. I don't know if everybody watched Cam Newton's like drop where he was talking about women and being a boss, and you're not a boss if you don't cook, you don't clean. If you ain't taking care of business, you ain't taking care of your man. Did y'all watch that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
Did
yeah.
y'all watch the entire video though? It was a podcast.
Frankie Friday too. Did y'all watch the second part?
Well, I listened to the whole podcast.
You gotta set it, turn it off, and say it was done with it.
Yeah.
I probably should
Done.
watch it
You
all.
should, because
You know what
I dropped
I
the
don't
sound bite.
Yeah,
And
see, I
this
saw
is
the
what-
sound bite, and I think the sound bite is what got everybody in the
Oh, in
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
I'm
Like-
sure there's
I
more.
wasn't in the.
Well, I was.
I had an open mind.
Once he
Like,
explained it based on his family dynamics and how he was raised, I can respect that.
That's
However,
why it's
it just
important
left it, and
to
it was
listen
strategic.
to the whole
The whole
story.
Yeah.
story. Yeah, because they're gonna get you. It's like clickbait. They just gonna get you to
Yeah.
click
Click
in,
in to watch
that
it
little
to get what they
segment,
gotta
make
do.
your own
Exactly.
opinion, and
Yeah.
then
So, bro, we know they set you up a little bit. However,
We still gonna talk about it. How about that?
yeah.
we gotta hold you accountable. We don't want to talk about it. We want to talk about it. We want to talk about it.
It is a hot topic.
That's it.
As with all things, let's go on and get this thing started with the wonderful CC Toast. Here we go. It's beautiful women, boss women, doing our things on a beautiful Saturday, saying hello to you.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, we don't have
Sorry.
it.
Well, you know what? We got yours, baby. I'm
Oh, we
sorry.
gotta do it right. And if you in the chat and you got your wine glass at home,
Put it up.
get
Raise it up. Let's raise these up. Come on, Z.
Again, as always, here's to life, love, and happiness. The CCC things.
Yes.
We sing.
Yes.
Some grown things.
Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful things happening
Sorry,
here.
I didn't get you. I didn't get you, baby.
I don't think I got you. There you go.
We got it. We got it.
And we sip. And then let us talk.
Yes. Well, for those that don't know, conversations and cocktails with the crewmate, you gotta tap in. Like we said, we've been doing this 4 seasons. We're a group of friends. We've been friends for a long time.
Long time.
Very long time. We've seen our children grow up and do amazing things, and just marriages and all kind of different things going. But we've grown together as friends, and it's amazing. So we sure hope you and your friends are joining the conversations with. But we talk about everything from sex, love, relationships, social issues, racial injustice, whatever is going on, or whatever we feel that you.
I might be.
But that part, yeah, we talk a lot about that. It makes the world go round.
Yes, ma'am.
But we're here. We definitely want you to make sure you tap in. Check out a lot of our past episodes. But today we want to just get into the conversation, gender roles. Now, from a woman's point of view. Now, you got a male point of view, and that could be very controversial.
Mm-hmm.
When I was talking to a few friends about the topic, it got pretty heated. It got extremely heated, but join us in the chat. If you got some feedback, some questions, talk to us. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, it's all about having that diversity of thinking.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to think the same. And we want to hear it. If you don't agree with it or if you disagree, let us know.
Yeah. Being open to different thought processes when it comes to relationships and roles with people, how that works, compared to what we used to know and what is going on in today's society.
And then just as a woman, going through the different seasons in your life, that role may change for you.
Yeah.
Now I know for myself, being a seasoned woman, independent, sometimes I may get called the boss is super independent and can't have a problem with relinquishing some of that control. But depending on where you are in your life, that may be the role that you're playing at that time. That doesn't mean that's the role that you want to play. But a sister
I think
just
that's very well put.
control.
Very well put.
Yeah, sister just doing what sis got to do.
Yeah, it's the next progression of life. If he doesn't come, am I to stay still, or do I still move on? It's the next progression of life. So just because you might be, taking the reins and doing things on your own, it doesn't necessarily mean that when he comes that I got to do everything. No, we need to get down, sit down, talk about it, make this thing work. But until that time comes, you do have to go on and what's next?
Continue to live.
Continue to live.
Right.
Let's break that down. So Cam, in the soundbite and even in the video, okay, he made reference to we all 21 and older, right? want to be a boss bitch versus that traditional. What is a boss? What is a boss bitch? What is that? What is that?
People
Everybody
kind of
has
just
their-
define us. I mean, like, someone who's independent.
I think everybody has their own, cause
Mhm.
males now see boss bitch as that one who is bitchy. I think the social media type, that's what I think.
The
And
way
what
he
he
described
said-
it.
And what I think he says, the one who wants all this, but can't cook, nagging, all of that, that's what I think. He's saying not really grown.
Independent,
Independent.
really
Yes. I don't think
managing
he's-
everything.
yes.
Okay. So I
Cause the thing, if you do that, you can cook, cause a lot of us have children, so
Right.
we can cook, we can clean,
We
we
can
have to do
clean.
all of that.
Yes.
So,
So I'm thinking maybe his reference to it is referring to maybe the newer generation. To be honest, I don't know. But obviously it was because he made reference to his mother being in the household with his mother and his father and the grandmother.
Mhm.
So obviously it's just a matter of your point of view and how you view that.
I guess
So.
I've raised my daughter in that sense. Being raised by my grandmother, like I'm very big on cleanliness, like I cannot be in a messy space. And I tell her that all the time, being clean and, caring and how to care for people. Not, it doesn't have to per se a man, blah, but I think when you're talking about being in a relationship and doing for someone, it has to be someone that reciprocates that type of love and makes you feel comfortable. Because I know when my grandmother used to make my grandma's plate, I was like, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I will not be making someone's plate. You can make my plate,
Right.
But honey, I'm breaking my neck. Okay,
I
I
saw
go. George,
that in
come
my
on.
household too. Like,
Let me go ahead and start cooking.
Right.
Plate,
So,
whatever.
so sis, what changed? What changed for you to, when and I'll be
Yeah.
honest too. Growing up, I saw, family, aunt, uncle. She was very submissive. She was, we got off of work. She had the plate,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, "Hey, I'm a little kid doing that. But
Right.
so what you're saying, you started here, but then as you got, you was seeing one thing. And I had the same experience,
Yeah.
but then as a married woman, what changed? And what
So
was
y'all remember Love Jones?
Yes.
Y'all remember when he got up and he started cooking breakfast? And she didn't ask him to do that. He did that because there was a certain amount of peace and joy that he got for taking care of that woman who took care
Oh,
of him.
say that again.
Yeah.
Say that again. It's about how well you've been what? Wait. Oh, cocktail moment. It's about, say it again. How well you been what?
Taking care of him.
So
So
you
what
gotta say that.
I do for my husband is not a chore.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't feel like, I'm less of a woman or, I'm aging myself or going back. I mean, I'm an advanced degree woman. I am independent in other aspects. But, I get enjoy out of
Right.
taking care of my husband.
So key is, and it sounds like what I hear you saying is, it's about how well you take care of each other. But
Oh, absolutely.
if that man, that's what we talking about, roles,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
If he fills you up enough,
yes.
Oh, man.
you're not gonna.
The thing
Right.
about women, we can give them
Yeah.
it. What men need to realize is it's just really the small things.
Yeah.
And if we get the small things
Exactly.
that's touched here, we can have the world.
Yeah.
And you're the only person really that we focus on. Like, we don't
Right.
see anybody else. But we got to make sure we get that attention and that focus too. So it can't just be one sided. But again too, and I think when he's talking about the bad bitches, who created the bad bitches?
They
They
did.
did.
Thank you.
They did.
So
They did.
now,
These
now,
Instagram bodies.
there you go.
They did.
Back
These
Come and
100
say-
years ago,
Women
yes.
who just pose for the gram. Yeah, those are your bad bitches. Oh, I gotta have this. I'm not dating this person if they ain't got this.
They
But
have a
now,
whole- they have a
now
whole
they have a whole
checklist.
list now,
Right.
right? What they want,
Right.
which has
Yeah.
changed.
It feels like what he was trying to say, and this is just my interpretation, is that maybe you can still be an independent woman, but as long as we don't lose the nurturing sense of us, because in my household, it was always, my mom was the nurturer. She was the person that nurtured all of us. My dad, he was he was very masculine, everything, certain things we didn't think about. Daddy just took care of it, but he taught us, and now he did teach us. There were times where I had to come sit down. Daddy had a red book every month once I got old enough, sit down and we did the books together. He still has a red legible. Yes, he is old and he has a legible. Yes, but that's how we were taught. But although, and I don't mind saying it in certain words, my mom, she might have been, the breadwinner, but my dad always was the head of our household. That's just
Right,
it.
and it should
We
be.
never knew. It was always that my father, daddy, was the head of our household. Although, and yes, my mom did work, so did he. But we would have food every night. She would cook, And why don't EQ stay to this day? Because she was, now that I'm older, I understand. She was tired as hell. She was tired.
that's that part.
But daddy did some days.
Okay.
He would come in and just step on in there. But there are certain things that we didn't have to worry about. Like daddy made sure nobody had to worry about the cars. Nobody had to worry about, things breaking down. Because daddy, Jamie, and Brandon got it on cover, so.
But I do have some.
Just to add to that, because even though your mom was the breadwinner, they still had like their own responsibilities.
Yes,
in the house.
they should be.
He was still able to lead as a man,
Yes.
as a provider,
Mhm.
even though. And I don't know
Absolutely.
how the bills were split or whatnot, or who was responsible, but if his strength was, let me manage the finances with his red book,
Yes.
then she's making the money to pay, but he's paying all of the bills.
Yeah.
So I think it's more like compromise of who's good in what area, like what is your
Yeah,
strength?
yes.
Like if I'm not good in
And the
finances, then
relationship.
let you handle that.
Right.
Mhm.
Or if I'm not good in cooking, and you like to cook, you love to cook,
Right.
you
I
handle
agree
that.
with you.
And I clean.
I can't
So
say
I just
that.
think it's just
It's the
you gotta
strength, like
be
you
able
said,
to,
the
like,
strength
who's-
in the relationship.
who's-
It's a
And I'll say,
communication.
going with that, for example, my dad is a much better cleaner than my mom. So daddy he cleaned better than, it was like, oh God, it's him again. He's, up Saturday morning to get it done. But that was his strength. You're absolutely right. They did divide it up that way, but we always knew daddy was the head of our household.
And you go, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Going back here, because I was
She was one of them
trying
Auburn
to
State
chime
nurses.
in, but when I'm in a relationship, I do believe in serving. And I don't even say serving because that makes a bad word. Because even when you talk about being submissive, it sounds like it's being negative, but it's not. You can be
And I think
submissive.
we gotta get away from those words. It's okay to say you cater to him.
Right.
Or okay.
Cater,
It's okay
yes,
to say I cater to him.
To the right man.
Yes.
So I don't mind. Like I would fix your plate.
Toast to catering.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know why you don't care? Because
He's the one that
He
Exactly.
makes you feel
Protected. That's
He makes you
it.
feel wanted. So when we feel
Exactly.
secure in that way, you
Yes,
want
I
to
know.
take care of someone. But I do also
But
have
when you
friends.
lose respect though
Oh,
for that
no.
person, then it does become a chore.
Yes.
So
No, it
That's
doesn't
the
happen.
thing.
It doesn't happen.
it doesn't happen. I mean, you do it, but there's no
Yeah.
love in doing
Right.
it.
You
You're
just doing it because you
because
have to.
have to do it. I've been in a situation like that where I just
Yeah.
had to do it. So
Well, you good, I wouldn't have done
I
that.
guess basically what we're saying is these gender roles that we have, masculine, feminine, it doesn't really necessarily lead to a happy relationship. It's you being in the relationship, understanding each other, and understanding what works best
I
for the
think that's how it is
relationship.
now. Traditionally, it hadn't always been like that.
Mhm.
No.
The woman had to cook, clean, you had the babies, you know,
Take
take
care
care of the house.
Take care of the
And that was
kids.
it.
Pay the
See,
bills.
some of the new school guys, they get it twisted. They think, okay,
It's supposed to come
you
automatically.
supposed to
Say that one more
do. Well,
time.
mind you, I'm
Say
working
what?
like you are. You know, I
Right.
don't want to sound
I ain't
angry.
even gonna say that's
Wait,
new school guys.
I said I
It
wasn't
could
gonna be
older
angry.
guys, too.
Am I sounding angry?
That's okay. No, I got you. I got
Okay.
you.
Don't get that twisted.
I'm not getting
Older guys too.
woosah moment.
But yeah, but that's funny because they come home. We're grown women now,
Right.
and some of us are single, and it's like I'm sorry when I meet a guy, and you come over, it's not gonna be some greens, potato salad
Cornbread.
on a Tuesday.
Greens, potato
Because
salad.
I've already, I've raised Reagan.
might be some
So if it's
tacos.
just me and my household, then I'm not gonna have all that going on. However, if we plan something, I got you, baby, because it does make me happy to see you happy from what I provide for you.
And I think
But
what's changed now is we used to ask questions. Now, if you trying to get with someone, have a relationship, you need to start asking your question, your finance, your cooking, what you expect, all of these things, so you'll know if you have the same thing in common. It used to be, okay, I like you, like me, we just gonna date, and didn't ask those questions. Those number one things needs to be asked now.
I need an intervention.
Not finished.
But you know what, I think the younger sisters who are dating, or younger people, I should say, who are dating, I feel like they have it up on us.
Say it again.
They ain't going for that.
I'm just gonna say, because
They're not
they
going for all that
they
that
don't,
we do.
exactly.
Whatever
They
makes
do
them
not
feel.
have time. If
Right.
If
They're not
they're
going
not
for
clicking,
that.
they're compatible, it'll be 2 weeks in. Okay, well guys, we're gonna move on from here, we're gonna move on.
Right.
But you know what? That's their
Block.
life right now. That
Block,
is their
block,
life. Yes,
block.
they are like
Am I
that.
following you?
They let go.
Everything is instant too for them.
Sure.
So it's like,
Right.
they don't
The
take
younger
the
guys
time
are not
to-
good checking for them either, because they said they don't see them.
Yeah, they learn to let go a lot easier than us. We be trying. We're gonna try to make this work one more time.
Yeah.
One more time.
It takes patience, I think, in our time of dating, you know, like anybody who was born in the 70s and 80s, we saw a different example of what it
Yes.
meant to be in a relationship, you know. I have seen marriages where people don't even kiss each other, you know, and I know I just, right,
Well, you better
that's
slow
awful.
down.
Right, and that is good morning and good
And
night.
kiss me goodnight. Every morning you walk out the door.
Right.
Right. I come home.
Right, and I
Behind me, kiss me
I
on
just
my neck.
correct. I just
Right.
never wanted
I
to
love
be
that.
in that type of situation, nor did I want to be a woman saying, okay, this is what a woman do.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't
Should
want
be
those.
a-
Yeah, I didn't
yeah.
want that, and I feel like because even my husband, he washes dishes, and I don't wash clothes. He washes clothes. You know, so there are things going back to those roles. I got another friend, she's a female. She does all the finances. I said she's a female. That's so redundant. But anyway. But you know, she does all the finances for her relationship. Everything as far as like the roles you would think that a male, the traditional male, would take on. That's what she does, and he's actually the stay-at-home dad.
I feel like we're answering our own questions a bit. It's like we've got to just let go of what is tradition. You know what I mean?
Because the roles have changed,
Yeah.
everything has changed.
Of
Women
course.
exposed,
But
some people
education,
still have
everything's
tradition,
changed.
but
Yeah.
that's the
But
thing,
I
get
think
with
we
that
got to
person
that
who has
does
that.
exactly.
Yes, you have to be
Exactly.
if that
Yes.
person wants that traditional or believes in that traditional.
And if they're
then
work-
okay, so
if
then both
they're
y'all have
working
to agree
together.
on that. Okay, so y'all don't
Then
agree
it's a
on
problem.
it. It's the imbalance,
Yeah.
and that's a problem.
So I was in a relationship a long time ago. So in
Just keep going. Don't
situation
just
lasts
keep
too
going.
long.
Just keep going.
But
Just keep going.
I was in a situation, and you know,
Tell the truth.
I was the breadwinner. I took care of the kids, child. Came home, cooked, cleaned, did my womanly duties.
What is that? What is that?
We're gonna talk about that next. We're gonna transition to that.
What's a woman
But
doing?
you know what I'm saying.
Wait.
But-
We're gonna transition to that. Hold on. Okay.
But he still had a problem. Like sometimes, like if something didn't go right, don't talk to me crazy when I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing the womanly duties, and I'm paying the bills. Majority of the bills. No, we're not doing this.
He didn't understand
So
his
you
role.
were,
He just
I was
wasn't
this.
running her mouth, and she lost. I did the same thing. You lost respect for him.
Yes,
as a
I
man
did.
because he wasn't doing what he was supposed
Exactly,
to do.
because I came to you.
Yeah.
You didn't come to me. I came to you. So no, it was a three monther, and I was out.
But you got
I really got kicked out, but it's fine though, cause they
No,
know
sis, you
I
got
had my own apartment. The
things
next
have
week.
it makes you stronger though.
Right,
Yeah.
makes you stronger.
Yes, it
Right.
did.
You know what?
And you know what? I raised my
He was
daughter
not
the
the one.
same way.
Damn,
To be
show what one won.
independent. I mean, I raised her like that to be independent. Don't think you have to wait on a man to do everything you want to do, but don't think that you don't need a man as well.
There you go.
There
You know
go.
what?
And I think that's a very good way to say it.
Right. No, you need a man, but don't think you have
to.
to wait on him to give you everything if they don't come when you want them to
Maybe
come.
you,
know what?
maybe you can say, I don't need a man to make me happy because you'd rather first be happy with yourself.
That's right.
To be with somebody else. I've heard a guy friend of mine say, you know, he can't even be in a relationship with someone until he gets himself together,
That's
which I thought was huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
You,
I
you're
know
broke
some guys
and
like
you're
that.
going to a relationship with somebody else, and now you're breaking somebody else. You know.
Yes.
So yeah, I think
Toxic
that's.
stuff.
But
Get
you
inside
know
your
what?
body
I
and make you
contribute
go
that
crazy.
narrative that she just described. I grew up in a single parent home, you know, and you did what you had to do. So the role has changed. It's not going back. It's not going in reverse. That's just part of, and especially in our culture,
Yes.
You know, a lot of things happen with our black males, you know, I mean, that narrative is changing too, being part of household, but it still exists. You know, you got single parent households where you gotta step out and do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
And you gotta, it's almost like, especially when you're, I'm just going by with my mother, watching her being a single mom. You can't allow yourself to feel too much because first of all, you can't miss
You don't
work.
have time.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can't be sick because you gotta work.
You
Yeah,
gotta
you
work, you
can
got
sit.
bills to pay.
Exactly.
You gotta take care of the kids.
Gotta rob
You
Peter to
can't
pay
be
Paul.
You can't be so independent and strong-minded that when a man does come, a man, wanna come in and step in and help you, that you can't see it.
That's a whole nother
Yeah,
You gotta be
podcast.
healed enough.
Yeah.
You
That's a
gotta
whole
be-
nother
You gotta be
podcast.
whole enough.
And just in all transparency,
Or not really
that's
healed
tough.
enough or
It's
whole
hard.
enough. I mean, sometimes you can still be on that journey working on you, that you do be that person, but you got to be knowledgeable of that. Like, this is my, like we said, this is my weakness. I know I have a problem in this. Let me kind of check myself. But that doesn't mean you still don't, try to.
You can check
build a
yourself and not
relationship.
lose yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of times, you can. That's a battle.
It
You know,
is, it can be.
it can definitely be a battle. So I know you mentioned. So we transitioned. You know, of course with roles, gender roles. You know, you got men and women, and there, you got different ways to look at. You got household finances. I think we heard that even in just this short time we talked. We got dating, sex. Yeah, I think you kind of hit it. Yeah, that part. Dating, sex, and intimacy, and then religion and marriage. So let's dating, sex, relationships. Is there, from a woman's perspective, do you think the role has changed? Tradition, when you talk about that traditional role versus where we are now.
The sex?
Dating?
Yes,
Dating,
dating, all of that in there. Dating, sex, and intimacy.
I think some of
Do we
dating
expect the
things
man
where
to
women
leave?
are going to men now.
Being
Instead-
more
it used to be-
aggressive,
Yeah,
okay.
they're being more aggressive.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
wanna be aggressive.
I'm not
I just
an
like
aggressive
either.
person. I'm a little shy.
No, but I'm saying that's what
I am
women
shy
are being
too.
saying. I'm shy too, but women are being a lot
They
more
are
aggressive. You
they
hear
are.
me
I think we in
saying
the
a lot
middle.
of these
We're not
women
all
are
traditional, but
Yeah.
I mean, you got all these
I
dating
still
sites,
feel
women
like-
going on and
yeah.
trying to
It
get
depends
us.
on, like,
I
if my
still
husband
feel
touched me
like-
here, I go, jump
I
on
want the
him.
man to hunt for me. I still want the man to hunt for me.
Right.
I do.
Yeah.
I want him to. I'm not gonna say chase checks, but I do want him to.
But you men
Pursue.
Chase me.
You wanna-
Pursue
I wanna
me.
be pursued.
I want to be
Pursue and
pursued.
then
You wanna
stop.
be pursued, yeah.
Right, don't pursue long enough to get the sex.
There you go.
Then you know, see that? That's how
And I still want to be courted.
Hello.
Yeah.
So that's that
That's
traditional.
so-
That's that traditional stuff we talking
That's
about.
not really tradition. That's like, show me that you appreciate me.
Right.
Show me
Yeah.
that you-
But you know when
I
you
mean,
say
my thing is this, we so
I
used
love
to
it.
working and doing this and doing that. Nobody, my
We
thing is
miss
now, cause I'm out here and I'm single now. Like, where's the love? Like, nobody's showing love. They're not showing that they enjoy one another, gratitude. Like, everybody just wanna be so.
somebody on social media.
Right.
Everybody's supposed to be
It's like,
somebody.
a lot of us women
That's-
still
that's
love,
a facade.
like she said, the dating, we still love
Mm-hmm.
the courting, the making sure we feel like you're into us. Like, we want that. That's
But you know,
right.
I want to
I'm gonna
feel
have to say,
wanted.
I have to say this. If we want to change the trajectory of where relationships are and how people are treated in relationships, I hate to say it, and I'm not a man, and I know we need a man, but it goes back to that female. When you're raising these young boys or you're raising your girls, you have to make sure that they have come from a loving environment, number one. You know what I mean? And they are able to give love freely and what that feels like. I think oftentimes people, they're, I want to make him strong, I want to make him tough. And, you don't teach them how to listen, right? You don't teach them how to provide. You don't teach them how to respect you. These sons.
communicate.
Or communicate, or listen. You're not
Or know
willing
when to be
explain.
vulnerable. Or know
Right.
when to
Yeah,
be.
they love to their capacity.
Right.
They love to their capacity.
Right.
Right.
Some of them
What is
operate
your,
to be that,
exactly,
but-
what is your IQ? I know I was taught not to cry. You don't cry.
Sign of weakness.
Exactly. Wasn't told that I was nice looking or anything. I never knew I even was pretty until I got to college, probably, I think. Like, no one really said those things to me. But I think
Or
again, it was
you,
one.
or the situation where you didn't hear it in your household.
Right.
The first time you got it shouldn't have been
Been from
from
him.
school or
Right.
somebody.
Right.
But in all honesty, that's how I got it. That's how I learned. I'm
I
pretty.
got mine
Oh,
in
I'm
my
fine. Oh, what is that? Okay.
Your mom's
And that's how we get that all twisted.
Yeah, but we were taught that in order to be strong, and not be, I guess, so
We got some comments
so
in the chat.
emotional. He's so emotional. What they saying?
Hey Angel. Hey
Hey,
TJ.
Angel.
Hey
How was it
TJ.
class
Look,
tonight?
thank y'all for.
Alright.
That's right, sis. We're gonna have to figure out how we can put this thing
Angel.
together.
I gotta tell you about Angel later, but go ahead.
On camera.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. You got any questions or comments? Hey, light them up in the chat for us. Thank y'all so much for joining. So, I mean, just dating. So we're saying you see women being
I'm trying
more
to be
aggressive,
professional.
taking the initiative when it comes to dating, intimacy, and sex. So,
And I think too, with dating, you need to set what are your boundaries. You
Oh,
need from
healthy
the beginning,
boundaries,
you need to
yes.
say what it is that you want,
Yeah.
what you want to do. This is what's going to happen, so it won't be again like we had this conversation like last night. No one's guessing, and no one's getting their feelings hurt.
Mhm.
We all adults. My thing is, be an adult and say what it is that you want, and give that other person the opportunity if they want to deal with it or not.
And I must say, I have not been that way. I've not been in that way when it comes to relationships.
Well, being the
I've
aggressor?
always not just the aggressor, not even setting those expectations, having that conversation.
But
I'm always
you're not
like,
like,
I'm gonna go with the
the flow.
flow.
Yeah,
See
you're
what
not
it-
a-
what
you're not a
this
person-
is,
you don't
and
like
then if this is-
confrontation.
I don't. And let me see what this is, and if it's going to get to that point, then we can have that conversation. But right now, let me just see where is this gonna
You
go.
are-
I never ask questions up front. I just don't. Like I'm never.
you just go by the vibe.
I just go
with
by
the
the
flow.
flow.
do that too, but
Eventually,
you
I
you
have
get
that
it.
energy matches.
energy.
but
Yeah,
I
those
don't-
are what you're not.
Well, that's for me. Yeah, that
Yeah.
for me.
Well, I think-
I
I've
still can go
never
with the
done
flow,
that.
but I need to know because the thing about it is too. You need to realize when you're dating someone, if you're out about or whatever situation may be, if they're dealing with somebody else, somebody can come up. You never know who this person is. I'm just saying, there is certain situations that you need to ask again about what
When we get to that
financial.
I think we do that dating at 46 and up, or 45 and up. When we're in our 40s, it's almost like we don't have time for the BS.
Yeah.
Right.
Males
Yeah.
and females.
See where we're going.
To
With
be honest, I don't
They
like
come in-
dating. To be honest, I really don't.
Me,
You don't like
don't
dating?
have.
Too much work.
I'm more of a commitment person.
Me too.
Well, I like you. You like me. Let's do it.
Right.
You
I'm
mean
a
one
commitment person. Like
I
I
know
don't
somebody who just had
We
been
all
dating.
everywhere.
Wait, hold on. Wait, can you hear
You
about
gotta keep dating. So you date when you're in a relationship. That just kind of
It gets tired.
You know, I think it's the fearful of rejection too.
That's what I'm saying.
I
That's
think
where
it's
you
two.
got
It could be two
Yeah.
different things, but
That's
there's
what I'm
also
saying, the
dating
question.
in a relationship
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So that's why I say that even has to be a question. Are we just dating? Or
Or
are we
what
dating
we
to be in a
doing.
relationship? That's
And I'm gonna say this,
I
break.
must say so in my current relationship, I did not ask those questions. Those questions were asked to me. So he
And
said
that's what I'm
So
going
that's-
to
wait,
say.
wait, wait,
no, that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
saying. I never asked those questions,
Yeah.
but in this one,
absolutely.
he asked me all
That's
the
a grown
questions.
man.
And he
That's a
established,
grown man.
he already told me, I want to be in an anonymous relationship with you.
Right.
This is what it
I
is.
got
That's what I
I'm
said.
like, shit.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I
I
said
go
be
straight
humble.
to it.
Exactly.
It's the intent
Yeah,
behind it.
yeah,
What
it
it was,
is.
even when he reached out to me in my DM, it was the intent of what he said.
He already knew.
Compared to
Yeah.
what the other people were saying. I'm like, oh no.
That was a grown man sitting down,
Grown
asking
ass
questions.
man.
That's what I
Yeah.
want to see.
Grown
We on the
ass
same
man.
page.
We ain't got
We
time for
are.
those games.
Let's go.
And so,
That's what I'm saying.
that's the other part about it too. The flip side of that is when you set those boundaries and you ask those questions, and I think this might be where I'm not gonna say boss thing comes in, because I hate using that word. I'm not a boss, I'm clever. But, I'm
Wait a
saying,
minute.
but I'm
Okay,
clever.
go ahead.
Yeah. But, when we get those answers, being able to accept the answer that is given
Yep.
and not stick around to try to see if we
Yes.
can maneuver
Or
that
fix,
or
change.
fix,
Yes.
or change, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like if you said it, you asked the questions, you got an answer. So now what is it? Do you let the attraction just keep you
And
there?
typically, yes. And then some of us have different personalities.
Yeah.
We want to fix. We're counselors by
Yeah,
nature.
yeah,
We want to,
yeah.
oh, if I love him enough, if I do enough chores, maybe he will just
No.
kind of see,
Yeah.
be willing.
Oh,
to-
this glory! You don't see it?
But you know what? You can't fix
You
it.
can't- there you
Can't
go.
change it.
Right.
Can't fix it, can't change it.
Cocktail moment.
Can't change
Let it go. learn some of these little new kids. What do they do? Let that shit go.
Look,
Let that
you know
go.
what? If it don't make them happy,
Unfollow
they
them.
let it go.
Unfollow them on Snapchat and all the social media. That's what they're doing.
I'm done.
We're not friends.
Ava said she
What's
has
the
one
word?
like that now. He is in the town and expectations. No,
She typing fast.
yeah, he's in the tone and expectations in the
So like from what Angel was saying in the chat, it's definitely at the tone and how he handles you. You know, sometimes I might need to say, might need you to say, you need to get it together, go in there and do blah blah. But
Yeah.
sometimes I need you to say,
show me that boss move.
right. Sometimes
As a
I need
man,
you to say,
I
baby,
want it.
you don't have a hard day. It's okay. I
Yeah.
got you. Nah, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? It's
Right.
It's all
your tone.
in the tone.
My
Sometimes
friend,
it's
I
tone.
just have
And it goes both ways now.
My
It
friend,
goes both ways.
Yes.
She said when she came home, when she called her husband home, her husband's 10 years older than she is.
10 years old.
10 years. And at the time we were 35, and he was like,
I think I could date an older man. I think that's what
Yeah,
I would do.
absolutely.
Okay, let's go. One time for the Silver Foxes.
Silver Fox coming my way.
Silver Fox.
Silver Fox coming today. Y'all big legend. I love my Silver
I want
Fox.
her around my age. I want her with that same stamina.
Look, I'm on the market 10 years old.
Yes.
My email is
When she came home, he washed her feet and, used grunt.
Yes.
That's
you
it.
got just older men, though.
Them young
No.
I
You
ain't
don't
met
just
one
do
dude.
that, boo-boo.
Tell.
I got,
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I remember when I was in college, Mahogany Emotion, trials, hard day. When I got home, it was a basket with the what you call it, Big Gay. Everything I
Don't
needed.
like Big Gay?
But you know what? He knew I was hurt.
That is so thoughtful.
It was so hard, and he knew I liked
It's
it.
a little-
I
like,
bet you
okay.
he had a nurturing mama that showed him
Baby, I was
how
like,
Or
important that
sometimes someone
was.
wanna change the narrative. They're like, I know that didn't work.
and that was he wanted to change the narrative. That was his. That
It's
was
the
it.
little things, like when I
Little
come
things.
home,
Now I
I've been
got
working
this
hard,
bullshit.
I'll cook, or I'm gonna have not even just have my bath work, but just have my stuff laid out for my
Yes,
shower.
right.
or whatever. It's the
Little
things
small
that-
things.
The little things.
Where's my
Where's my
fan?
bed? Oh my
You
God.
said, where's your fan?
Fan, honey. Number 45 is fan.
Now, if you rub my feet, you got
That's
you
that's
got
what I
me.
said.
You
My-
got me.
Yes.
All day, every day, and on Sunday. You will get a
I
Sunday meal.
can say this too.
I got other
Just
things
say
that
it. Why we
get
got
me.
things about
Sunday
feelings?
meal.
Why am I feeling?
He knows that you're the prize. He's not just the prize, but he knows that you are the prize.
But you know what?
He treats you like
Some
that.
men, the ones that, what's the guy on social media, Kevin, what's his
Oh,
name?
not him.
The-
No, please, don't bring that
No,
up.
what's the,
Kevin Samuels.
Kevin
Yeah.
Samuels.
No, don't.
No energy.
I'm sorry, but them men, they feel like they are the prize. That man, right? They feel like they're the prize.
That's
They
not
do.
what.
They
No.
But you know what?
They
Now,
do.
my thing
They
is, I
do.
want my man to feel like he is the prize.
Right.
But I don't like that dominant type, the Kevin Samuel thing. Because my man will be the prize.
Or like you doing
And
me
I
a favor,
love-
like
Yeah.
I'm privileged to be. No.
Yeah.
See, that's what I don't like.
Because we
That's what I
both can
don't
be
like
the prize.
I'm a-
Exactly.
Right, we
Together.
both can be the prize.
We both.
We the
are
grand
the
prize
We the
together.
grand prize
We
together.
walk in, we like Beyonce and Jay-Z walking in.
Yeah,
Because I know that
what we
because
are.
my man, I know, like my man, say my man looking good, we going to my man
Exactly.
looking good. I'm like, y'all,
You
look,
see
yes,
it?
you see
You
it?
see that swag? You see that wide?
Tell
You
us
see that
about
wide?
the
Yeah.
treatment.
That wide stride.
I ain't giving you, and y'all gonna be here dinner.
Bring it back, y'all. They can't hear us now. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Okay,
But you know
sorry.
what? You are smart. I'm gonna tell you this. This is off topic. But if you got something good, don't be on here on this Facebook, Instagram, telling people how good your man is. I'm just saying.
Right. Because people looking.
That's a little tidbit.
Yeah, nuggets.
Keep that to yourself.
That's a good. That's a note for a
But
woman's
again,
role.
if you do, it's not, and I think too, it's okay to acknowledge our man doing certain things. But again, if somebody's in his DMs, like, they're gonna be in your DMs.
Yeah.
You just know how
He just need to. He need to know it.
It's not about
Basically.
it.
Well, that's what's most important. Like,
Absolutely.
we made a pact with each other because George like, nobody cares about our vows but us. Which is true.
Right.
Which is true. However, there are vultures out here,
Yes.
and I like being
you know, a free woman, and I will fight you from 2 to 102 by my name. I'm just saying.
No.
Let them know we got your back.
We gonna pull up.
Man, that's what
She don't come by herself either. Just saying.
So let's transition a little bit. So we talked a little bit about, I mean, we've talked about everything actually. Dating, sex, intimacy. But when it,
sex
We talk about
did we
religion.
do it?
Oh, does that mean like the man on top versus the woman on top?
Yeah.
Is that what we
Is that a gender role?
Is that what we talking about?
Is that a gender
When you
role?
say sex, that
What
means-
is that?
That's what I'm asking. Does it mean like?
It's,
Oh, well,
it's
maybe.
the thing. It's the thing. I
Is
saw it.
it like?
Women being more aggressive
In the
in the
bedroom?
Big man.
What you talking about? Sis?
I mean,
I may be on it.
but see, I'm gonna say the thing about
When
sex
I'm
for me
right.
though is I truly believe that whoever you choose to be with, what you all do, that is so on you. Like you can't who makes those rules? Like you can't tell me how to have sex with my man.
Whatever it is, you know what I mean? Magical.
But it's yeah. You can't tell me.
You better stay.
Exactly. But what we do is it's our magic. This is my spell book going on right here, right? Nobody else.
Do the rituals.
But so I think that's when we start getting in trouble. We start feeling like there's got to be a certain thing that's got to.
Oh, I gotta
We
wait
are
on
all
him to
such
dictate
very
how
different
intimacy
women.
goes.
Yes.
Okay.
What are you
This
doing?
fool was stupid.
We gotta engage the audience, not each other. Engage our audience.
Uh-oh.
Okay, bring it back, bring it back. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I love that. I love that spell book, man.
Yes,
Oh, I'm right there now in my book.
I like that, Matt. You're
It
it definitely.
get my potion
I got a
together,
book of
honey.
rituals.
Ooh.
That's
Set
another
it up.
podcast.
Set it up.
So let's transition a little bit. We got gender roles, right? So household and finances. Who should pay the bills?
Not me.
I think we talked about that.
That part. I mean, look, I feel, sis.
I'm just kidding you.
No. I feel that way. However, I don't have that luxury. I have to pay.
Right.
Save me.
That will
Save me. I'm
pay all the
saving.
bills, and you can just, and you being the woman in that relationship, you know you're gonna contribute. So I want y'all to know that. Even
Right.
though the man is paying all the bills,
Right.
you
You gonna pay something.
You're gonna pay something. And make
Everybody
sure
has to
we're good.
contribute.
Yes.
Exactly.
But you know what? In all honesty, I've been that boss, independent, single parent, and by the way, I feel like I rocked that whole single parent thing. But but since
I know.
I want me how about how am I? I'll take 60.
But don't settle, cause
I'm
you
about to say,
I don't
don't
settle.
settle.
I'm not
Because you're
settled.
tired.
I'm
No.
tired.
tired.
I'm tired.
That's okay.
I cook and decorate and all that,
Come
but
when
I'm
it's-
tired.
when it's supposed to come.
But you know, even with, I understand that, because like even with finances and stuff, that's just not my strong suit. So I know some people may have something to say about that, but when I was working or whatever I made, sometimes I even didn't know what I brought home because it went to George and he basically does everything, pay all the bills, and then I get, my little stipend a month, and that's what I use for everything. And we have a card for our, groceries and stuff like that. And then we have others for like savings, but he does all that.
But it's
And-
only
but
right
that's-
to do it, and that's
Right.
That's
That's
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
Some man wants to be that person who pay all the bills.
And it's
And that's
so
what it
wonderful.
is.
But I wasn't raised like that because I know my
Yeah, I was like that. I wasn't raised like that.
My
But
grandma told me, do not,
So-
she's like, don't ever let a man know how much you make, But I just didn't want, I just didn't want to be in
But
that
in my,
relationship.
but in my marriage, I've only been married once. The thing about it is, he had money, I had mine, and we had ours together, and there was no
Yeah, I know
confusion,
people
no
do that
problem,
too.
no
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
That's
Right.
how
about
it was
that.
with my parents.
Well, that's not one in my marriage. It was, he made his money, I made mine. We both made good money, but he paid the majority of the bills. He paid for the mortgage. I paid maybe a couple small bills, but my responsibility of the finances was to save. So
Mhm.
there was a
For the
certain
household.
amount of money
Right.
that went to our savings. We had a joint savings. A certain amount went to savings account in case there was an emergency or something for the household, whatever. Yeah. So, and I didn't see anything wrong with that at all.
I think
Paying the
finance.
bills. I'm
So let
still
me-
Because we
contributing.
still,
Right.
we still
He
a
don't get divorced
unit.
for
We're still a
finances.
unit. That's
That's
already
it.
together.
Some kind
People
of way.
get divorced over finances, so that is something that
So I'm
you
That's why those
So
are
you have a
that's
conversation, you have to
About-
you have to converse about that.
So I want to be the
Yeah.
devil's advocate, right?
Yeah.
So okay, I'm on two sides to it, right? I'm the boss bitch. I'm paying all the bills. My man, he just, he take care of the household things, help with the children, all that. But on the flip side, say like in your situation, sorry, your husband, he pretty much provides the finances and does it. Who makes the decisions? What if it's a decision?
So,
Who should make the decision?
we
Or
do
what if
have-
you disagree?
both of you.
Which one? But if you
Man,
disagree,
That's me. That's
who
how-
should you go with then?
So when we
Gotta pick
when we
one.
disagree, we don't move forward.
Oh,
Right.
okay,
When we
okay.
have a disagreement on
I'm
what
taking
we're
them
about,
notes. I'm taking notes, sis. Okay.
we don't move forward until both of us say, okay, this is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Now, there are some times where I have the final say, and then there's certain times when he has the final say. It depends on, it depends on the situation, really. But, the large amounts of money, if we're spending over $1,000 something, we have a
So
conversation.
you have that understanding.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
good.
And that's understandable.
That's
Yeah.
understandable.
But, I trust him totally. I mean, I ain't on the street holding the sign or anything, so it's.
And you know what, I'm gonna say this, speaking of gender, although it's not really about gender, I'm just sitting here thinking in my head,
Yeah.
like I'm thinking back to my childhood, and even as an adult, I know my parents had things going on, but one thing I can say to this day, I have never experienced them have a disagreement in front of all of us.
That
And
is
I'm
good.
sure
That is good.
I have
That is
never,
so good.
I
My kids
can't
have never
remember
seen that.
what,
That's
I'm
amazing.
really thinking like, what was a time where I saw them,
Just disagree.
I might have seen
Arguing.
something one time that was weird to
That's
me.
good.
And I remember thinking, this is a weird emotion I'm having. I don't know this one.
Yeah.
But I know I reached 46, 45, honey, I'm not 46, but I reached 45. I get mad every goddamn day.
There's a certain amount of restraint when
Yeah.
you care about your kids, because when you fighting for your children, you change who they are. But my kids is the same. Like we just decided we had our kids young, like 25 or whatever. George 3 years older than me when we had our first kid, but we just made that decision that if we had a situation or something we disagree about, and there were times, I would be in that car like this nigga screaming.
How you looking, sis? How you
Is
looking?
that-
Do it again. Do it for the side so they can see it. Do it for the side so they can see your TV.
But my thing is, even though they haven't seen that, you need to have that conversation that does happen.
That
A
it
lot
happens,
of them
yes,
have unrealistic expectations.
Exactly.
During
My
relationships.
kids know that.
And you know what,
They
we did talk about it. Well,
Yeah.
me and my mom, we talked about that a little bit more. So now that I'm thinking about it, like I think my dad might be a little bit more traditional
Yeah.
than my mom. Because like certain things that me and my daddy don't really talk about.
I just think
He's never gonna talk about like arguments and
There's
stuff.
certain
But
things
mom
that you
did.
don't do for the children. Children brains are not developed enough to handle
To
some
understand.
emotions.
They don't understand it.
Complex emotions that
Sometimes
we have.
we can't even-
Exactly.
You got
As
that
an adult.
part.
So that's why you have
My
these children having
experience,
breakdowns
they don't have enough life experience.
our counselor who has to take care of them.
Yeah,
Because
for you.
people are doing so many things.
And when I say they bring them, and they bring you more
Oh,
problems.
yes.
Yes.
Right.
Counseling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So since you're gonna put that out, so what I hear you guys are saying, and this is for single, married people, so don't argue in front of your children. And if there are difficult situations, if you're in a, if you're in a complicated relationship, or you're married, or you're shacking up like the old folks may say, and if decisions come up and you can't agree, you keep working at it until you can come to
Correct.
something that
Yeah.
you can agree to,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Okay. Look,
Yes.
I'm receiving all this. Help me. Oh, help me.
It takes patience, Lord.
And that works for them too, but you may have your guy who's like, if we gonna make a decision, I'm the final one that's gonna say that. And my thing
still need
is,
to have a conversation.
no, I'm saying who would have the final decision.
Breathe,
Yeah.
breathe, friend,
I
breathe,
think that
breathe,
I'm
breathe,
sorry.
Still
friend.
need to have a
I mean,
You never
She
come
said, you know what?
Is he still supposed to have a conversation?
That's my thing though. I'm just saying it may be a healthy relationship and you feel that he can. I hope you
But
do
you know what?
have
I don't
that
have a
person that you
problem
feel
with that
like
if I feel like you can and I can trust you.
That's
Right.
what I'm talking
You make
about.
me feel
That's
safe.
what the trust.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
make me feel
Don't
safe.
leave me
You make me
crazy.
feel supported.
All of
That's
that
what I'm
comes
saying.
with you guys.
Hopefully, if you
having
are
those
married, I'm
conversations.
saying hopefully if you are married, you trust him enough that he can come up with that decision.
Yeah,
Is what
you
I
would
said.
have, yeah.
And just in terms of dating, it's layers that you have to get through. I need to feel safe and supported before I can even think about being in a relationship or being married or even getting to that point in a situation. A woman just want to feel, for me, you know, my role as a woman, I want to feel safe and supported. And once I feel that, all the layers, all that just, help
But,
me,
and,
you know.
but some women though, we do have to take responsibility
Okay.
and being able to let go. I think you said it earlier when that's presented because we have had to hold on so tight
Yes.
for everything.
Everything.
To think about like if I couldn't get a jar of mayonnaise open and there was no one around, I just had to put that up for the day. You know what I mean?
No,
I just had to put that up.
He said that ain't gonna back.
Go get that butter knife. Pop it in.
Y'all gonna have a problem out of this one right here, okay? You gonna have a problem out of this one.
Yes.
But you know, like you just have to, and those are the things that you can. So sometimes if you couldn't do something, you know, you might have to put it down and maybe come back the next day. But when they do come, being able, and I know that I fall into that, like, okay. He's here. You know, that's that deep breath. And just
That whole honey
like,
list. They call it
Right, a whole
honey
list
list.
of
okay. And just sit in your mind like this shit is not gonna work. He's gonna drop that. He's gonna the balloon, but he had to try it. You know, it's gonna. You know, my mama did teach me that. She does. She said just be quiet and let things roll. They'll come on around. Then once the mess is made, and then you don't even click. You do say, "Oh my goodness, did you drop that?"
I love the dramatic.
Let me help you pick that up.
Keyword tone. That's the other nugget. Tone. You know what? I gotta work on that. Cause I'm like, I asked you yesterday to do
Your
that.
question is fresh.
Did you?
Well, you know what? Can I
Besides
just
you
be
take
honest?
trash out yesterday.
I have gotten in trouble so
Why
many
still
times.
in the house thing?
Fights and shit, but like she got like a 3 second threshold, baby. You got 3 seconds.
I might give him 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it.
That's all right. I'll do it myself.
Yeah. And when she hit this number, it's over. It's over.
I'm doing better. Lord help me.
That's all right, friends. We are in this. Look, we are in this together. Okay. So we all we got.
Somebody, he out there, he gonna save me. So, okay, so I learned got a lot of good nuggets here, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we kind of wind it down to our last. Now this one is just a little tricky. Religion and marriage. Now I'll leave with this. Now as far as religion, now I don't even know if we really dated. I think we were just in friendship that kind of was complicated. However, he was a different religion, you know, and I was a different religion. Yeah. So, but my thing is, you know, you start thinking about, oh, I really like him. Could we do a future together? Could I be with him? Could I see myself with him? So my strong bag is in Christianity, and they're in another religion. What do you do? What decision do you make? Do you go with, I gotta follow what he, you know, as a household, you're supposed to be one unit, right?
Questions. See,
Why
that's
y'all
what
looking
I'm
at me like
saying.
that?
See,
I
that's
ain't
what
say
I'm
what
saying. You
religion.
have to have no questions before you get together because you probably shouldn't even been to that point.
It's if you got
If
different
you got
religious
different, or
religion
no,
values.
some people have different religions and they work well.
Still stay together.
It's some
And
are.
different political.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. You
You
vote for
need to
Trump,
talk
you vote for.
about
I don't know, that might be
You
tough.
talk about it
but-
from the beginning, and you already know what expectations are. Sometimes it may not be black and white.
And some
you
people
just
don't
work on it.
care, however, some people do. They have a strong
do.
conviction. Like when I get up on, if I want to go to church on Sunday, I want you to go to church with me. Now if that's the problem, if you gotta go somewhere else and worship, or you don't believe in, you know, that's,
Well, that's like one of those things. I think when we talk about this new generation, they don't have those problems. They don't because
they believe in the universe.
like what is
Right.
and I
Beautiful.
think
Metaverse, unicorns, and
I
rainbows.
don't subscribe to any religion because don't even get
She
started.
was
But I
she was
don't.
born in the wrong era. I mean,
No, I grew up. I wasn't a Jehovah's Witness, but I was raised going to the Kingdom Hall. So that's a whole different type of
Okay,
was
okay.
too.
Yes, I
And
did.
then, but then as I got older, I got baptized at a Baptist church, so Christianity. I learned that. So right now, so where I am right now in my life is like I just don't subscribe to the religion. I believe in God. I believe in the Most High,
spirituality and
the
not
highest-
the religion.
the Most High, the Creator.
I'm with
But I take little bits of from every
And
religion.
that's the
because I always
beauty in
think
that.
it's like it's just organized religion is man-made type
That's
of religion.
it.
It's a business.
So I study African spirituality and African tradition because that's where a lot of what they're doing now
Derives from, yeah.
That's where it comes from. So manifesting, affirming, putting the, like just being good versus bad. So what you put out in the universe, getting it back. So if my dude is a Christian, that's fine with me. You can
As
still
long as your heart is right, you're pure,
exactly
your
as long as you're
intentions,
doing good.
your
As
spirit
long as
is
you're a
right.
good person. So it doesn't matter what religion to me.
But y'all be surprised when I do my assessments on my patients. That's one of the questions I
Oh, really?
ask. Most people have no
Oh, wow.
And that's okay though.
It is.
Okay.
But what I'm
Yeah.
saying
But you're
is,
spiritual though.
compared to
There's-
what it was years ago,
Yeah.
everybody's like, nope, I
And,
don't have it.
and you, when you think about this new generation, it's they're
Oh, no, they definitely don't.
are right. They
Yeah.
because they
Seen
I guess
too
like
much.
learn more than that. We're
Talk
so
about
used to
a feel.
people telling us you got to be a Christian, you got to be a Democrat because you black, you got to do this. We're so
using
being
rituals.
taught.
We're so caught
Yeah,
up in
we're
that.
so taught and
Right.
brainwashed
Yeah.
that this
Yeah.
is what you have to do. Where
Right.
they
With
go and
times
learn
changing.
and they go and do their research and then they make their own decisions. They're critical thinkers.
Yeah.
And
Got a
they're
question?
understanding.
Got a
Well, and
question
you know
in
what?
the chat?
I think that
And Elijah,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Elijah. It's Elijah.
Yeah, Elijah, yeah.
Elijah, hey.
Elijah says, how do you determine good and bad?
In terms of
How
morals.
ones make one feel. So you
It's
already
about how
know.
you feel.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's definitely
what
about how you
makes
feel.
you feel good and what determines good for you, that's good for me. Now,
Yeah.
what doesn't make me feel good at all,
Not
that is
so
bad.
good for me.
And then what you're,
And that's
how you
Mm.
treating people
Mm.
too.
Yeah.
How you treat people. Like I'm not just gonna go out there and just slap somebody and kick somebody. You know, I'm not gonna do harm to somebody. So it's like that's how you determine like what are you doing, what are you putting out there that's good versus what are you putting out there that
You
Well,
know,
I believe in the Most High. I believe in God. I'm a Christian.
Yes.
You know, I'm not a person that puts my religion on anybody or say that you should believe in God. You should do this. I do know a lot of people that have been hurt by religion or organized religion, and
Church
because of
hurt
that,
them.
right? Because of that, they are not a non-denomination, or they may choose to, praise a rock or whatever it is they choose.
Wait.
Leave the Rackaducci out of here, okay? Leave the Rackaducci out of here.
Y'all better start watching Tyler Perry. Stop watching. Whoa. Wait, what am I? I need a ring, a bell.
Oh my God.
Bring it back.
The Rackaducci, the most high,
The highest.
the highest.
No, we're not gonna praise no rock.
But the gist of this is, when you talk about right and wrong, I think
Good
that's
and
it.
bad, yeah.
Good and bad. You're talking about just the values to me. It
Yeah.
goes back to love. You know what I mean?
It goes
Love
back
is
to
a
love.
Love
Yes.
is the hardest
And you
thing.
know what? And my thing is, I
That's
think
it.
one of you guys said about how you feel. You can say I love you. No, I need to feel love.
Right.
You can
Right.
say I
Say
want to
it.
protect you and make you feel
Huh?
safe,
Say
but
love.
do you do?
Your
It's
actions.
actions.
What are your
It's
actions saying?
You love
And
me,
what-
but when I come home, you get your face frowned on.
Right.
That's not.
No.
If,
Oh,
You
yeah.
got a scar.
And
Like,
being able to
am I in trouble?
Exactly.
You walking? What
The atmosphere changed.
Yeah, like
frustrated, upset, mad.
You talk about that.
And then here's the other thing.
Somebody talk about energy.
Wait,
That's
one
a-
at a
that's
time.
a-
I'm
Energy
your
is important.
energy. I am so
Energy
good
is
with energy.
big,
I have
yeah.
to feel your energy, like, and
It's a real thing.
I feel it. If something ain't right, it's all. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
remove myself. I'm
Right.
gonna go that way.
It was where you gonna go
Turn the
to.
corner.
And you know, like, the reason why that is so important because some of us, as we all get into this thing, this universe thing, some of
Yes,
us
love
take
is
on
action,
other
Elijah.
energy.
Yes.
Right.
And when you are
Yes.
constantly taking on other people's energy, that will drain you of your
Yes.
essence of who
Ooh,
you are.
say that. So
Yeah.
what do you do when you're in a situation when you're in a household? Y'all married.
Go
Y'all
that
got
way.
bills and houses and
Go
cars
that
and stocks. Wait,
Dude,
no,
we
wait.
can use a red
No,
hand
no.
go.
It's not that. It's not that simple though.
Yeah.
No,
when you
yes,
married.
it is. You have, even when
That's
you
why
are
I'm saying
married,
married because I'm
yeah.
scared. I'm
Even
scared.
when you are married and you have you've reached your limit. My husband is a person. He's going to talk. He wants to talk through the whole thing. You know what I mean? And I'm not that person. I need time. Give me an opportunity to. Because if not, I'm going to say something. Yes.
Okay.
And I'm working on that. I'm working progress. The Lord
But
is
again,
We all
you know,
are.
but it's not
We
that
are.
simple.
Right.
Because your husband's ready
And
to talk about it now,
Right.
but you're not. But that's
But
that's not
we
that simple.
have
but you still
we
can.
have a compromise. So he
Right.
knows. Okay, let me me give her time.
My time might be
Give me
30
10
seconds. Give me 10 minutes.
Right.
Give me 10 minutes. Give me 30
Right,
minutes.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Let me get,
And even if we're not having, a disagreement or whatever, my husband needs that time in the morning. I wish I was like him. I know you do that. You have that time when you wake up and drink coffee or whatever. I don't do that. My morning is I'm getting it. You know what I mean? But so everybody has their thing.
You have to learn to
Decompress.
learn what your love languages are.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I think I know
your
what-
spouse.
what your
Y'all know each other.
Yeah.
Y'all know each other. So
And you
if you need
respect
a
those
moment,
things.
or if you need a moment, y'all.
Yep.
You too,
I-
and communicate that.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm just saying,
When he
need to
having his
know.
long
'Cause we
time,
don't know what
you know.
each other wants. The only way we're gonna, and I know men always say, like women, we always nagging or got questions. Women are
What Cam
naturally,
B said,
we are
Cam B
naturally,
said
we have feelings
inquisitive,
and
yeah.
we communicate.
Don't know how to-
So don't
Don't know how
always.
to-
Close.
So my thing is, I don't want men to always think because we show up, we have feelings and we express our feelings that it's always nagging. That's just who we are. But I want
It's
men
communication.
to
It's
be
just
able.
how the tone.
It's how.
Right.
How you
Let me
how
tell you
But
what they're
I'm
really
just
saying.
saying, what I
Let me
really
tell
want
you what-
men is to, they have feelings
Mhm.
too. Just communicate it better to us so
Let me
we
tell
can
you why they say
understand
it's
and they can
nagging.
cut, they can cut
They're
a lot of
saying
that out.
they're saying it's nagging because most men want to fix the problem. So if you just coming at
No,
them,
they don't wanna hear it.
you're right. If you just coming at them and then they don't know how to fix it,
They don't wanna
then
talk
they
about
say
it.
they're not
They
gonna
don't
say
wanna
they don't know how to
talk
fix
about
it.
it.
They're not gonna say
I don't know how
it.
to
I don't
do
think
it.
it's really about fixing. I think
Yeah.
they don't wanna talk about it, and that's why I'm saying men need to be more
Gotta be
open
more
to
compassionate
communicating and talking about it.
listeners, yeah.
Or there are men who really truly want to love you, but they don't know how to help you at that moment.
I
They
would-
won't
But
say
they don't know how
that.
to communicate.
So I would say this, like, I get ready. So I hear what you're saying, but maybe they're not, but they might want to, because I think it makes me think back to Reagan, my daughter and her dad. One day we had this conversation. He's like, man, when Reagan get out in that car, she let it out. And I'd be like, oh God, can I just get the 20? But he says, all I do, I learn how to look at one spot on my dashboard. And every now and then I do like this. So in her head,
You're
she
listening.
feels like, you know,
You're not minimizing what
but
they
he's
feel.
not communicating much. But what it does, after a while, she's like, okay. Then she put her little headsets on and she's done. So I guess maybe,
Tone and time.
you know,
So
it-
a little nugget for all the men that are listening.
Thank you,
Just
Elijah.
act like you're listening.
No.
And remember,
Tone and
recall.
timing is everything.
tone and
And time.
timing.
Thank you,
That's
Elijah.
Elijah. Yes, that's exactly it.
Everything.
Yeah, that's
So
what
That's
Elijah
what I
said.
tell mama to you.
moment.
Thank you.
Cocktail
Tone
moment.
and
Tone
timing.
and timing.
Yes.
All right, so look, we winding this thing down, right? So I saw something that was trending where, when we talk, since we're talking about marriage, religion and marriage. So would you, I know some of y'all been married, some still married. Would you tie a knot on a 500? Now when I saw it, I was like, what? Here I am, 46, when a dude get married, 500.
$500 budget.
$500 budget. Would you say if your spouse, or not spouse, but your significant other, say, well, hey, all we can do is
If I know
$500.
Sheba Max, I would, because we're going to get that thing right.
You gotta be creative.
It was creative and it was nice. I saw
Was
that
it?
same.
I didn't
Yes,
see it.
I saw it.
It was like on a
nice.
mountainside.
Right.
We're going to
Off
wear
the-
some
Pinterest.
Exactly.
We're gonna be cute.
We're going to be cute, honey. We're going to have us
If
some
I
little
could
cute
save
little.
money and just
Yeah,
spend
go
$500.
Right.
Going
Yes.
with my
That
my
can
wedding.
happen.
Yes.
Yes.
And then I think.
Oh, I got another one.
spent
Wait,
like
how-
40
How much?
I think we spent like maybe 40,000 on our wedding.
Mhm.
And it didn't last. Like we
Right.
doing that
Right.
for one day. That was
Right.
It was beautiful. All white.
All white event.
It
Yes.
was
Looks beautiful.
you're spending all that money on that one day, but
Yeah.
it's
And for
that
other
wedding
people,
don't
and
make
the whole
the
business,
marriage.
some stocks and bonds.
So
And for
it
other
does
couples.
not
the
make
wedding
the
does not
marriage.
make the
The-
marriage.
my-
So you love somebody. I get married.
My sister-in-law said this to me, because my brother Brandon, they were supposed to get married right in Jamaica during but the pandemic happened. We couldn't do it. She told us we were like, so she's like, well, I'm gonna get married because I love your brother and I want to marry him
Oh,
for
it's
my
not about the
marriage. It is
ceremony.
nothing. It has nothing to do with that wedding.
Wow.
So we're about to get married on Covington Highway over
That's
here,
fine.
and Tori, you about to do this over here.
Right.
And she put our buttons to work, but
Magical.
she easily said, oh no, I'm getting married to be married, not for a wedding. And I was
Really,
like,
that's
oh,
really
Wedding
for-
is for sure.
that's for your family and friends.
I don't want
Yeah.
to put it out there because my thing, each is own.
Mhm.
Some people
Right.
grew up like, I want my big wedding.
Yeah,
That's
you have the
fine.
little
There's
dream in
nothing
your
wrong with
head,
that.
so
If that's
girl.
how you are.
Yeah.
That's why I am.
I
Do what's
still
best
dream.
for
That's
you.
true. That's
And
yeah.
that's like, especially at
Wait till we
first
do
wedding,
25.
the first wedding you do, you know you want to,
I'm gonna have but one.
right.
I'm gonna tell y'all now, we just gonna go up top of a mountain with somebody, some water running and an acoustic guitar. And y'all gonna be walking in all y'all colors behind me. It's gonna be amazing. Yes, it's gonna be amazing. Everybody has a color.
I want to, I'm sorry, I want to acknowledge Elijah's comment. I know we moved on. He said,
Okay.
most men are not taught to truly communicate, but it doesn't mean that we are not willing.
Woo!
Elijah's married.
Yes, Kim.
Kudos to his wife.
Look,
Yes.
speaking of which, we're doing,
Kimberly, you the one, girl.
speaking of which, May 21st, we're doing a male point of view of this same topic. So
I need to have
we might need to like,
Come on, Elijah.
come on up to the ATL.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So, okay, so we we're winding down. One more question. Would you propose? When I saw it, I think my neck broke up.
Say what now?
Would you
finna
propose
propose
to
to a man?
Wait, let me say it a long way. Would you propose to your man?
Propose.
It's a no for me.
It's a no.
Propose.
No for me.
Get on your knees.
I like where you put that.
That's a nugget. Propose it. Yeah, I propose
No.
that you're gonna propose to me.
Mm-mm.
But would you? But I've seen it. Women will get down on one knee, by the ring.
The only time
I am not.
I'm
I
not-
have anything to say against him.
Yeah, that's just
I
not.
wish you
It's
never
not
for
for
me.
me.
I want
Not
it.
for me.
What's it's not in my spirit. It's just a movement.
I don't feel
Yeah.
it.
It's not in my spirit.
That's not,
Yes,
that's not
really.
like that energy.
No, I don't feel it. No.
Like I gotta look up at
Right.
you and say, will you please?
Well, okay, I don't want to say the show's name on Netflix, but can we say it? We know it. I already said it. But it's a show, and these people are coming together. Ultimately, they want to get married. I think it is a must-see.
I've seen it. It's on
The
Netflix.
The ultimatum.
The ultimatum. There's another one on there too. There's two
I
of them.
want you because it's so many dynamics that come out and that you
Right.
see and how these people the roles that you're talking about. It's a must-see.
It's like all the things that we've been talking about today with those shows. You know, I think one of them you don't meet them face to face until you get ready to marry them.
Raw emotion.
So all of that, the things that we deal with on a day to day in
I need to
relationships,
smell you. I need to.
you.
Baby.
Right, I need to see what you look like, how you walk.
Somebody
what you
to
look
walk
like.
up behind
I
me
need,
and kiss
yeah.
me.
But I've watched some of
How
those.
soft your lips are.
For real, smells are the thing for me.
But out of all of those 7 or 8, you may see 1 or 2 that actually go on and have a marriage and a family. So that's typical of what we're doing anyway. So you damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Like I don't try everything else. Might well do
You know what? I would
something different.
I would go on one of those shows. I would do it. I would do it.
Look at me.
Okay, let's
Whoa.
sign out. Let's go ahead and go.
I think I cast it for
I think I'm gonna look it up,
Something
sis.
like that.
See if you sign up for your casting friends.
She is
Look,
on the video.
I would do that. I'm kind of at my wits.
So are you any single people on Facebook dating or Tinder or Bumble or all of that?
No, I believe in
Y'all do that?
traditional.
So
I don't know. I'm not gonna say. I just haven't made,
I'm open
made
to
the
it, but
time
I
to do it
don't
yet.
follow
But I'm
through.
gonna. I think I am.
You gonna do what?
You know, get on
Oh,
Facebook.
they on a dating app?
Yeah,
Facebook
app.
dating app.
Yeah,
I'm
and
saying-
I
don't
swipe.
have no
Every
time
time
for
I
it.
see it, I swipe left.
Oh, you are on it?
No, I'm not. I swipe left. When I see it come up, I just
I
swipe
wouldn't be. I
left.
wouldn't be.
I think Tinder swipes and Bumble swipes.
Oh, well, I just go to something else.
Well, listen.
Tinder
So
swipes.
I think we aired out at the end of our time. I've enjoyed the conversation.
Great conversation.
Yes.
Yes. From a woman's point of view.
And you know what I gather from everybody can kind of share their own insight, but what I gather from all of this engaging, awesome conversation is whatever floats your, and I'm gonna say MF and boat. Whatever floats your MF and boat, that's what you need to do. Whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel good, communicate that and ride the train. Ride the
Yes.
train.
I'll say for me, what I've heard and what works for me is Tori has to, I'm use my word again, I have to develop my own spell book
Come on, speed
and
up.
make sure that whoever,
Wait, blow it at them.
once I blow my dust
They did it.
at you and you catch on, but it's all got to mix into the spell book. And whatever works for our spell book Is what works for our schedule. It can't be determined by
Right.
what you feel, what she feels, but what works for our own household.
Correct.
Right. I guess for me, the biggest thing is again, knowing who you are, allowing whoever your mate is, allowing them to be who they are. Because I know that my husband and I are two different people, but the core of who we are, we mesh. Like I feel like he's my soulmate. So again, communicating who you are at every stage of your life, because Zara at
Don't
46 is
minimize
not
yourself,
Zara at
yes.
25.
Hey,
okay?
hey, hey.
Say that again. Say that again.
Zara at
Your life.
46 is not the same as I once were. My knees are different. Who I am is
Did
different.
you say?
Since you don't got mega knees no more. Look, we was at Effect Fitness today. I saw some
Not
big
look.
knees.
I'm country. I said knees.
Not knees.
I thought you said knees.
My bad,
friend.
sis.
No, for my mega, I got mega knees. I still got mega knees. Now. I still got mega knees.
That's important too now. You know, we talk about sex and intimacy.
Oh, that is.
You gotta, you know, we require knees. Yes.
Yeah, but I do think everybody's I think potion is different. Whatever you put in it, the ingredients are different. So you have to do what you
So we need to sell.
Yeah, we
some.
got to. Look, oh, am I
Gotta
gonna
figure this.
look?
You gotta put this in a brand fashion. Okay. Whoever
Okay.
wants to jump in.
I was just gonna say, so these are the four, let me know if y'all agree with this too. The 4 P's in a man from a woman. Prayer.
Yes, absolutely.
Come
Pray
on,
over me.
TD Jakes, this
Pray
gotta
over
be
me.
TD
Pray over
Jakes.
our
Yes.
lives.
You
Right.
already know.
Pray
sis.
for me every day. Pray for our future.
Please pray.
every day.
I'm gonna
Yes.
pray for you. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, the second P is pipe. Pipe.
Say that.
Not the one under the counter.
Pipe.
Down.
Legs. Morning,
Third-
noon, and night.
Third P is paper.
You gotta have some money, bro.
Yeah,
bro.
something.
Bruh.
And not
Bruh.
saying that you gotta be rich.
Rich,
You gotta
right.
be-
Because some
Look
men
at
know
that.
how.
Just
But
pay your hand
be
your
able to-
stuff.
Some men can work a budget.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Don't live off of me.
There you
Then I'm
go.
gonna lose respect for you. And don't
Exactly.
expect me to just take care of you and
Right.
don't wanna do anything.
But
So
on that,
Yeah.
if something does happen to you and you need that support,
Then I
you.
got
I
you.
got you.
I got you.
Exactly.
That's that boss.
Right.
She and that boss being
That's
so
that boss
involved.
bitch.
Right.
That's when
She's
you
gonna
know,
come to us.
as long as he's taking care of you, he may
Yes.
not make as much money,
Right.
but as long as he's trying and he's
He's doing it.
providing, he's protecting you and taking
Not
care
the
of you.
listen. Stop saying you need these men with 6 figures. You're not
Exactly.
I just
You're not
need
giving
That's
them
not
an
an
opportunity.
opportunity. Right. Who's gonna be there for
You
you?
gotta be able to
Right.
take care of
sometimes that
yourself.
6-figure man might not even be at home.
Exactly. Okay, the last P is protection.
Yes.
Please, I need
Yes,
to
at all
secure.
costs.
Protect my heart,
Mhm.
my mind,
My
my
body,
body.
my
All
household,
of that.
my body.
All of
Yes.
that.
That's what we need.
So those are the 4 P's in a man from a woman. The 3 F's in a woman from a man.
See, we y'all only got the 3 for us.
This easy.
Y'all got 4. Wait, be a slight. Wait.
Feed them, F them, fill them up.
Fill his head up.
Fill
Hey,
his head up, honey.
Yes.
Fill his head up.
baby,
Yeah.
you did a great job today.
Yes,
I love
thank
the way
you.
you took
But
the
I
trash
love
out.
when a man does something. I love telling him that. I mean,
As
it's
we
not
should.
short.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love
As we
it.
should.
Because
I
that make me feel good.
Yes,
It
I
does
wanna
make
do
you
that
feel
for
good.
my man.
And
Yeah, I
I'm
wanna
learning,
be
and
proud
I'm
of
a
you.
work in progress
Yeah.
with that.
I'm learning.
I'm learning.
It's cool.
But I think they
Yeah, I
need
wanna
that.
do that.
And I
They
notice
do
when
need
I
that.
do, I see
We saying what we
a
need.
difference.
Right.
And I see
We
that
need
too.
love, and that's showing
We gotta
love.
reciprocate.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's gotta be reciprocated.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gotta be
Yeah.
reciprocated.
Yeah, they need all
I
that.
love on you. Oh my
I
God.
love it too. I will.
So what,
It makes
I
you
think y'all, what's your final nuggets?
Just communication for me.
Communication.
We gotta communicate. We gotta be on the same page.
That's why I say it comes from the beginning, establishing what do you both want
Right.
in whatever you decide you're gonna do, dating or even a relationship. Cause that'll cut out a whole lot of some of this that we're saying. You know, and then too, you may not have when you first start dating, it may change, and that may be the person that makes you change a whole, you know, everything, outlook on everything. And that's okay. Cause my thing is you may meet that person, that doesn't mean that you just automatically just gotta cut them out because you don't see
Right.
that. But they may have an open eye to it. They may, if they say, well, I'm open to it, let's discuss it, that's okay.
Communication, I hear it.
And comprehension.
Ooh.
Cause
Wait a
men
minute.
know we communicate,
Oh.
men hear us talking all the time.
Oh, wait
A
a
lot of times
minute.
they
But
tune
are they
out.
listening?
But are you listening?
Are they listening?
Sis,
And the
You
same
can-
with us, a lot of them
Yes,
say,
it goes
we
both ways.
talking and they talk, but we don't even hear them because we're too busy talking.
Mhm.
We get it.
I think respect too.
Respect is very big.
Yeah.
It's key.
That comes with listening.
It
It
comes
comes with listening.
respecting
It does.
each other's,
Cause
you
if
know,
you-
each other's
That
values.
does need to be
You
in
get
the
what I'm
scale,
saying?
and that's.
I just have to say it 3 or 4 times. That means you
Respecting you
respect
as my wife, respecting you as my lady, whatever, just respect.
And you don't have to fight for it.
You don't. You shouldn't
Shouldn't
have
have
to.
to.
You should not have to.
It should, easy. I think I saw this on here. I'm sorry, it took me a second, but it said friendship is the best ship.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Ooh.
really
Yeah.
Yeah,
I say
that
that all
was
the time. I
cool.
want
Yes.
my mate. I want him to be my best
Best
friend.
Right.
Look, we can argue, baby. 10 minutes. Like, what you want?
What you
want to
want?
eat? What we doing?
Come on, let's go.
Like,
You
you
can't
can't
go
argue and not talk for 3 days. That ain't.
No,
that's
not
not
happening.
That's not friendship.
Yeah.
That's not even being a grown person in a relationship.
Yeah, life is too short. And don't. If you feel like I'm in a place where this just not working, this ain't it. Communicate that. Don't just go ghost and just
Yeah.
be
Right.
communicate that. And if I'm tired of communicating that and I'm moving on, okay, fine. That's where we at. We're on the same page. Have a great life.
I think we should toast to friendship as the best ship.
Friendship.
I
I got a swivel left a little.
I got a little bit here.
Friendship.
It's a friendship is the
Yes,
best
it's
ship.
essential to the soul,
To
baby.
the soul.
Yes.
It's an amazing podcast with you guys.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much
Yes.
for listening. Elijah, thank you for the next everybody who tuned in to us.
Yes, Angel and everything.
Yes.
Yes.
Good stuff,
And
good
please
stuff.
share, tag,
subscribe.
something that you had some cocktail moments throughout, if you're listening to it later, put it in the chat. Let us know that, you was feeling the moments that you shared with us. And it means so much to
It
us.
does.
It's not just about us and our friendship, it's about you and your friendships that you have as well. We
We're
hope
part
that
of our spell book.
Yay! Yes.
Y'all conjuring up spirits.
Didi, you gonna be okay over there?
I need my sage, baby. So listen, if please share, now we're gonna do, like I said earlier, we're gonna do the male's point of view to gender roles. We're actually we're starting our pop-up podcast space, so we're coming to a venue lounge near you. So we'll have that information posted later. But we're gonna do a male's point of view with the same topic. So make sure you join in, and you even have the opportunity to come in and physically enjoy the live podcast as well. So make sure you tap in, check us out on all streaming platforms. Give us a few days. We're working with it, so we'll have this uploaded. You can check it out every week. We posted, right? So we'll have it. We'll have it uploaded for you. So if you're in the car, you transition from work to whatever, you're at the house chilling, you just need something to listen to. We'll have it on Anchor for you. Just give us a few days, and we'll have it there for you. But thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
All right.
What music at? Come on, DJ. Come on, DJ.
I got the audio for this.
Engineer.
Hey, come on, engineer.
I'm a key girl.
Right.
We do everything. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Please share, we
Do all of that.
do all that.
All that.
Hey,
Give
just
me
another
those
song.
names in case.
Yes. What you got? What's this? Hey. Oh, we'll take it.
Here we go. Wait, I think, maybe not.
Come on.
Not
Pretend like you didn't-
just go.
There we go.
Hey.
Bye, guys. It was wonderful.
Hey. Thank you so much.
Whoa.
Oh,